Hello everybody, welcome to another stream. In today's stream we're doing some more Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We did a bit, was it a couple nights ago? It was, yeah, it doesn't matter, but we up to part 10, we got up to the part where Priscilla has been attacked by a serial killer sort of character, and there have been other victims, and basically we're going to investigate that. Carnal Sins is the name of the quest that we're starting off with. And I love this quest. I like any quest with like an aspect of mystery. So starting off with this one today is something that I've been wanting to get started on this one. It's gonna be doing. Who have we got in the chat before we get cracking? We've got Neve, Oliver Hopkins, we've got Ishak, Ethan Tarr, Vibor Wankied. That's a name, isn't it? Matej Radu. Cheers for the super chat, Isak. A bit of gaming in it. So, yes, that's exactly what it is. I love Carnal Sins. It's a great quest. we got to go meet with Von Gratz. James Rostron as well, you legend with the super chat. I love how it's still kicking off here. This has been kicking off for episodes and episodes. I feel like it's become a bit of a running joke that the Zdenek, a guy who I don't even understand who he is facing these immortal bandits. And I think that's really funny. The Nowhere. Okay. Yes. You right, child? I like Carnal Sin. It's a great quest. It's a quest that makes me think, oh yeah, I love gaming. Excuse me, gamers. I'm just shifting over this wall. Huh. It's been a while since I've tuned into a fishy stream. Well, welcome. How goes it on this day? Is the stream handling well for everybody? It should be. It should be performing just dandy. If not, there's something going on. Like last stream, there were a few issues with stream performance as far as the internet was concerned. I don't know if it was my internet or if it was YouTube having a do, because I couldn't quite put my finger on what the problem was. I'm gonna do this game. Do you have the tutorial about leveling up in this game? I mean, it's not too hard to figure out, I don't think. It's the type of game that when you play it, you just gotta give it a go. Takes it out. As far as leveling is concerned, it's in character here. You get perks every time you level up, and you invest it in one of these things. If it has, you can upgrade to whatever, and then you can equip what you want as well. Obviously, people probably look at mine and cringe in pain based on my skills and things, but work with get what works for you, and away you go, and you should just be fine. So don't worry about it too much. Obviously, you can see I go for quite a hack and slash build because I'm a very simplistic gamer, but it's whatever. Seems fun for me. It's buffering a lot for me. It might just be my internet being clapped. Well, if nobody else is reporting the issue, seems to be doing bits and doing well. That's good. Here's Joachim von Gratz.
Well, ready for a stroll through the sewers?
Yes. Let's go.
Ready and intrigued.
Here we are.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about? Hear that? Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Oh look, drowners. As you can see, I like that. That's probably the sign that I use the most. Yeah. I can't quite tell you why I use it so often, but I think it's because it provides protection, like that. Right, eat bread and dried fish and shit. Yes, raspberry juice, tasty. It's fine, shush. Bam. There we go.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
There's water in that one. Because water that you find in the sewer is certainly water that needs drinking. You know what I mean? It happens every single day of the week. This game needs a remaster for next gen. I don't know about that. It holds up pretty well. Maybe they'll put it on next gen in some aspect. I don't think they need to, necessarily. I don't think there's a problem with how it is.
Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
I'm currently just looting this place. Actually, Temerium Rye is useful. So is that. Well, let's go.
Human. Wrong body type. Let's keep looking. Looks like necrophages got to this one.
It's always useful getting bits and pieces out of places. There's loads of shit around here that, you know, is quite useful. See that? I'm just picking up all the shit that's in here for me. I'm gonna be drunk in some fights in a bit, I guess. I'm drunken brawls to the next, to the extreme, I guess.
That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
What?
That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Wait, what? Is that? There we are. Let's have a little bit of a gander, shall we? I want to know. This one's apparently a she. This dwarf is female. Let's have a look around. Look at this. This is what a female dwarf looks like. Okay, cool. I'm not judging. It's pretty standard.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely.
I've always said, right, I think everyone should be able to grow a beard. Men, women, etc. That'd be really cool. But this dwarf baffles me. Right, hello. This is the one.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Head.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Hi Fish, I was wondering what this game is rated. Might get it for my son. This is a very mature game. I don't know, it depends on the age of your son, but I wouldn't. And it also depends on the maturity of your son. Like, you know, is your son, what can your son handle? Like, I mean, obviously it's just a game, and in the day, it's not that too bad. But I think it is aimed at a mature audience.
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
It's not very nice.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
Larynx has been cut.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel?
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling.
Colton, the cream pie king. I think it's safe to say I would not have sexual relations with a female
I believe
dwarf.
he performed a tracheotomy.
Cheers to the super chat, man.
So the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Let's look at something else. Torso.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
This is on the chest wound.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wow.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
Oh.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Are you going to do a Hearts of Stone video on its 5-year anniversary? Because it's coming up on October on the 13th. I think so, yeah. I think I'm going to do a Hearts of Stone video. For sure. Like, I did one on the main game. I didn't touch the DLCs in that video purely because I wanted to talk about Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine separately in their respective 5-year anniversaries of their release. So, of course, I will be doing I think I'll be doing a video on Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. So, stay tuned, I guess. Check the scar.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin. An incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
Unless he's on something else. Hands.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
Legs.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Yeah, apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And a different sense of humor.
Genitals.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
Alright, I know enough.
Alright. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
This is punishment.
Sure of one thing. This was punishment.
Even the witch hunters don't engage in this kind of torture. What sin could possibly merit it?
Only the murderer knows that. And it's the key to finding him. Or her. It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
So you two know each other?
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found?
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirans was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Oh, it's this
Who
one.
are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Okay.
Why do you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
That's a classic gamer move. Whew. This is such a great quest. Nathaniel, who's he?
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue.
Hemmelfart.
He deals with
Such a
the
great
temple
name,
guard,
Hierarch
supervises
Hemmelfart.
cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job.
Colton the Green Pie King. Cheers to the Super Chat again, gamer. Also realised I was a complete spoon and haven't been a patron for you this whole time. That has been changed, sir. Oh yeah, I just got the email. You absolute legend, sir. You absolute epic, sir. I really do appreciate you, gamer, and I'll be sure to add you to the list as soon as possible, which will probably be after I'm done with the stream. Could have told me you knew the coroner.
Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
I decide when I've heard enough.
I decide when we're done with this subject. What's your connection to him?
An old story, but if you insist. The student protests in 1242, you've heard of them? I led them. Hubert, however, denounced me to the authorities. I landed in prison. There you have it. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked.
Well, look at that guard
Got work
just
to
sat
do.
there.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Since I've played this quest like twice through, I know who the killer is, so the mystery's sort of lost on me by this point, but... You know, it's a great quest. Eustace.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue.
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art. One of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
Oh. Collected other bodies with those injuries?
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One were so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them
The
burned.
frying pan quest is
Every
best,
last
yes.
one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
You searched him?
You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets, made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
You just... Okay. I'd advise you to not piss me off.
I'd advise you not to anger me, or you'll get an inside tour of the crematory.
Touch me, the guys will be hiding your ass for you count of free.
To save a little shit like you? Doubt it.
They's clever lads, more cleverer than you. They know Eustace, know they want me on their side. 'Cause you'll all die one day, and then I'll decide where your body winds up. A grave, the crematorium, or elsewhere.
That hard up for coin? Fine, have some. Now talk. What did you find on him?
Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
I love doing that.
Oi, fucking hell, what was that for?
For everything.
Blasted his face up. He's
I know nothing else.
absolutely blasted him. That is a very powerful punch from Geralt. Like, it was very, very powerful. It looked a bit silly though. I love how weird the hitting is as well. Well, I mean, probably not one of my favourite parts of the game, if I'm going to be honest. But it is what it is. Some of the place where the woodcarver died. Let's do this.
Anyone home?
Begun, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on, go on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
Oh, look, it's a gamer. Charming creatures.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. A better barking dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. Soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I run to a mate who raised his fighting dogs. Bought these two mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
So you are?
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll
The
it be
Witcher
now?
dogs just look
Meyer?
silly.
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Know much about the murder?
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
It was like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home.
Let's get the likes up, gamers.
Smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claim not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. You know they had folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some toff?
Your brother have any enemies?
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf, a craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
Dish rag.
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pawn said a fever took her.
We've talked enough.
Fine, we've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Concerned Citizen's Sermon. Ah, the classic serial killer Concerned Citizen's Sermon. Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flames, fire can prepare our nourishment, fire can drive off the horrors of the dark, yet fire can also scorch, burn and incinerate. That is why we must live in harmony with eternal fire and its commandments. Whoever fails to heed its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of it, whoever mocks it, the same shall lose his life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your deeds, concerned citizen.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones. Murderer dragged something heavy, dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly. Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
In we must go and find some deeds. Excuse me, Mr. Gamer. Oh.
Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
It's a little splodge there.
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten. Nothing interesting here.
Gus. I already know exactly what happened.
Already know what happened. Fabian was in the workshop. Murderer attacked him there. They struggled. Fabian was overpowered. Then tortured. For a time.
I needn't know the details. Truth be told, I hadn't the stomach for him.
When it was over, the murderer dragged Fabian to the courtyard. Then made a pyre of sculptures, set them aflame.
But why? Why do all that?
To teach a lesson. To him, you, the whole city.
Look at your sculptures.
Had a look at your sculptures.
And? Lifelike, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Melitele.
Oh aye, Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, tits like that will crush her back. Whittle him down. He said, nay, they'd sell better this way. Told me to shut my trap. And sell they did. Till one sermon at the temple. And the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human Myers sins twofold, as a heretic and as a lecher. That was the end of that.
Talked enough.
Fine, we've talked enough. Won't learn anything else here. Take care.
Right, let's keep going.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
To investigate the alley where Priscilla was attacked using my Witcher senses.
Hey, handsome.
Whistling Wendy. Hang on. Just walking off. No doubt they're gonna ambush.
Human. Priscilla's.
Grab him!
Sis, that him?
How am I to know? What?
I'll have to eat grilled pork. Bam, bam.
Take him from the back!
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back! Ugh!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
You and Priscilla friends?
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Farewell.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Oh, my head's ringing.
A brazier. This time of year?
Concerned Citizen's Sermon. Remember, good people, the light cast by the fire dispels every darkness, reveals each lie, exposes every unworthy and debauched soul. Not even shape-shifting Dopplers can hide from its light. Not even witches and sorceresses so adept at fooling the common folk. Not the loose women who walk the streets and fog men's minds with their charms. Abandon then the treacherous and immoral magic. Arcane, cover your bodies in modesty and provoke no unclean thoughts, and the eternal fire will expose for you all monsters and sinners, or else burn you too in its flames. Concerned Citizen.
A brazier. This time of year? I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
Got a problem?
So, what is it?
Take care now. I gotta look around some more.
Naturally.
The
Man's
footprint.
footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way.
Talk to the coroner. Let's go.
Why is your hair so grey, darling?
I'm still waiting for a mask to arrive. It's a mask that says "Stop right there, COVID scum," and then it'll arrive, and then I'll be a happy man.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Talk to the coroner.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Von Gratz told me about you.
Von Gratz told me all about you.
Ah, doubtless you've heard how I had the noble leader of the student protesters thrown in prison. But did you hear the protests were far from peaceful, or did he neglect to mention it?
Cool.
People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Chose the lesser evil, not easy. Lucky little young to be a Von Gratz teacher.
How old's Von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
Who's the victim?
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad.
You and Nathaniel don't get along?
Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Start the autopsy.
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Vegelbud's residence. Oh, Patricia Vegelbud, concerned citizen. I like how he lists his next victim now. Actually, no, that is a... No, he did list the other one on Priscilla.
Next time, Master.
Yeah. Let's mooch in this general direction.
Ooh.
Let's get the likes up, gamers. That'd be fantastic. Oh.
Trouble?
Vegelbud residence. 'Tis I, the gamer. Right.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, I'll throw my arse out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Like he could do anything if I was tricking him. Gamer.
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now, I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our gods.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious. Please, follow me.
Isak, you absolute sir,
A
with the
fire fit for
okay
Beltane,
message in it.
except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Why do the dogs want me dead? Nope.
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
Bad idea.
Eat dirt!
There we are.
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire.
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
Sorry I'm late, lads. Just got back from a walk. That's fine, Simon. How's everyone doing today? Standard. Well, she's in a
Bruises,
state.
broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder. Not just the name, but the place too. Won't get away this time.
Okay, let's... Remember, good people, the fire devours everything in its path, sparing no one and stopping for nothing. The fire burns all sinners alike, be they paupers or princes, men or non-humans, weak or powerful. Whoever breaks its commandments, whoever does not heed the church's counsel, whoever worships false gods, the same shall be turned to ash in its flame. Live then in the truth of the eternal fire, listen to its holy men, for they are your shepherd. Concerns citizen. Well, that's... Look, it's raining out there, and it adds a nice atmosphere. Ingrid's in a bit of a state. Butler. Townswoman. Just a random townswoman in here crying. Find Sweet Nettie at Crippled Kate's.
Bloody bum!
A 100 likes would be a great number, wouldn't it? It would be truly tremendous. Right, let's find Sweet Nettie at Crippled Kate's. Let's go. We're close to catching the old killer now.
Hey, you! Yes, you! You got water on the brain?
I'm here to find the gamer.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
Enter Sweet Nettie's room. So right, gamer. I'm here to be a gamer.
Here or at my place?
Ah! Easy.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturbed me.
There we go.
And I so dislike
Sinister.
being disturbed. I was to play with Sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
First, I gotta know why.
First, gotta tell me why you do it.
For pleasure. Satisfaction.
Achievable with whores in a lot of ways, many traditional. Doesn't take killing them, trust me.
Who said anything about killing? I could stop at a few burns. 3rd degree, but still. This rosy skin will roast quite well.
Seeing your victims, you never stop at that.
Spare me your lies. I've seen your victims, I know how they end. You don't stop, not unless someone gets in your way. Like I'm doing now.
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Who left the letter? So who left the letter on Patricia's body?
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to Crippled Kate's, to Sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know, but I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day, procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
Can't allow it.
Then you'll pay again. For her, for all the other women you've tortured.
Off with his head.
You're free now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If not for you. He asked if I did everything, and I said, for the right price, of course. And then he smiled. Oh, God, it gave me the shivers. And then he hit me. So hard I passed out. I was bound when I came to. And he was hitting the poker in the fire.
Calm down. He won't hurt you anymore. He won't hurt anyone.
Okay, let's go and get after the good old epic sir. Where's the door to this fucking room? There's a door, isn't there? Yes, there is.
Wanna dip your dingle?
Go to the warehouse near the port.
Vulgar one. Can see it in your...
People, help me! Mutant.
That guy wants help and he just spat and said mutant, so he can fuck off. Go to the warehouse near the port.
Looking for him.
Really use a piss. A man to get my arse.
Raining eggs.
There he is.
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel. Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have
He's a
drawn
vampire.
your silver sword.
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
You don't have a motive?
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
There are other ways.
There are other ways. Could have set up a soapbox in Hierarch Square, preached from it.
How funny. That's exactly what I did. But none listened. Instead they laughed, threw stones. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spend his last copper on whores. An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith. A Trebirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule. They did not deserve to live. But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path. The path to the fire, to cleansing, to salvation. For you, I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith. I sense this.
Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty good with a sword.
Pretty good.
Might not cut it.
Let's kill the vampire.
Die.
Can I drink some more of that water, gamer? Okay. Locked. Who has the key? Or is there another exit? Ah, yes. A classic. So basically he's a higher vampire. Yes. I mean, it's quite obvious. The guy taught Joachim von Gratz, and Joachim von Gratz looks much older than he does. So Geralt notices that, and you can ask him a question about that, and he just says that being with corpses helps prolong your life, which is nonsense. Yeah, no, there is another variation of that quest where you can leave it at Reverend Nathaniel if you kill him before you hear him out, and so you've got to choose the right options, otherwise you don't get that end part with the coroner, with what's his name, Dick Face McGee. But no, that's a great little quest. I like that quest a lot. The reason why I like that quest is because, you know, the entire time the killer's under your nose. You turn into an Ekamara, so is he a higher vampire or a lesser? Who are these guys?
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. White Wolf, they call you?
You stand accused of offending religious sentiment. We've orders to take you in for interrogation. Surrender your weapons.
Over my dead body.
Over my dead body.
Told you we wouldn't fool him. Well, you're due a beating. It will just be more of a challenge.
Remember the preacher who spoke of witches and witchers? A man you humiliated before his faithful. He asked that we administer a sacrament on his behalf. Your last rites.
Oh well, these dickers are gonna die. There we go.
What is it, brave boy? Looking for adventure?
That priest got you back. Well, no, he tried to. The end result is I just got him twice. Filmaris Hospital. Oh, it's down there. Oh, this floor.
Yes, Geralt?
Found the murderer.
Found and killed the murderer. It was Hubert. You were right not to trust him. He was a higher vampire.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong. Deeply wrong. Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
The coroner told me about your past.
Hubert told me about your past. Even more vivid than I'd assumed.
I've not time for riddles, Geralt. Be straight or be gone.
Any truth to his claim that people died during the riots at the university? Died for your cause?
I was young and stupid. I thought a better future was worth any price. Even a human life or two. But those are past sins. Sins I've atoned for.
Farewell. How's?
Better, right?
Oh, the cutscene.
Yes.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. From me and Priscilla.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Broccolon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Yes, Geralt?
Farewell.
Actually, hang on. We can ask him about Shani.
Yes, Geralt?
Know another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shani. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission, you can't argue with them.
Why is the University of Oxenford closed?
Why is the university in Oxenford closed?
Because it suits Radovid. You've not heard the story? The rector wished to grant him an honorary doctorate. The faculty disagreed. Nonetheless, Radovid arrived for the ceremony, donned a gown, collected his diploma, and when it was over, imprisoned the deans and the entire academic senate so they wouldn't raise a stink. I've been at Vilmerius Hospital ever since. But perhaps it's for the best. I'm far more adept, scalpel in hand, than I ever was behind a lectern.
Fare thee well.
Farewell.
Sorry, Geralt. My throat's still quite...
Say no more. Get well soon.
How'd you fill a fool's parsley, have you?
Ah.
It's a waste of words.
That was gaming. Dangerous game. Let's do a dangerous game. We're in Novigrad. We've got to do the Novigrad quests. Concerned citizen sermon. Oh well, it doesn't matter anymore. Concerned citizen has been unconcerned.
Show me your sword.
Eternal fire.
How'd you discover it was a city coroner?
It's Mead. Let's get to 100 likes, gamers. That'd be awesome. We're really close. We're at 84. We can do bits. It's another concern citizen salmon.
Blasphemous kobolds.
Wait, hang on. Remember, dear people, that the fire once lit cannot be stopped, that it consumes everything in its path and only ceases to rage once all has been turned to ash. Men cannot flee this element, and they bow before it. If they lay it into their hearts, they too turn to ash. Search then your consciences and live in accordance with the Church's dictates before the time for penance has passed. And this is then lit along the city. Huh.
Trouble?
I serve the eternal fire. Degeneracy, the downfall of civilization, moral decay.
My daddy's a witch hunter.
Locked. But looks like Zed's inside. And in hot water. Gotta find another way in.
I'd give you a discount for heroic deeds, but the madam, well, you know.
Must be Zed.
There's a book on that shelf called The Last Wish. That's a gaming move.
Find it?
No.
Duke will be peeved we didn't get Zed to spill where he keeps the ledger.
I tried, didn't I?
Might have pressed him too hard. Shit. Well, at least we got the Isengrim card.
Greetings.
Come on, Ringo. Time to shine. Get him!
There we go. Got dried fish.
Isengrim foil Tiana from the Scoia'tael deck. I wonder how much this card Zed had an ornery cat. Or there's a hidden compartment under there.
Quest failed. Collect them all.
Zed had an ornery cat. Or there's a hidden compartment under there.
Don't know what that quest was.
They were looking for something. They were looking for something. Must be the names of people Zed sold cards to. Zoltan ought to have a look at this.
Let's bring the cards back to Zoltan.
With all my heart.
Let's go.
Oh!
Help! Save me! I'm dying!
Here we are.
Zoltan,
Get out!
about those cards.
You got them?
Got the Isengrim card.
Show it here. Ha! The sea hills are beautiful. Zed give you much trouble?
Zed's dead. I ran into his murderers.
Won't cry over spilt Zed. What about the other cards?
Didn't find the other cards.
Fuck. Bugger must have sold them.
Listen, Gottsed's ledger.
Show me. Entries show him selling the cards to Caesar Bilson and Ravi. Could have been worse. We need to pay him a visit.
Who's Caesar Bilson?
Cleaver's Club. A decent fellow once, but so high and mighty now you can't drink with him, let alone go fishing.
Fishing?
We met at the Anglers Club. Pride of the Ponta. But Caesar don't show around there no more. So caught up in his new role, he almost never leaves his house.
At least we won't have to run around town looking for him.
Oh, Ravi.
Ravi? Who's he?
A common card sharp and a swindler. Boggles my mind where he got the coin for the Natalis card. Ever since I gave him a smacking, things between us have been frosty. So you'll have to see him alone.
Try to get you those cards.
Zoltan, seems awful important to you. I'll try to get you those cards.
Thanks, Geralt. You can see Caesar together. Meet me outside his townhouse. Gaudiest eyesore on Hierarch Square. He had the facade painted gold. And if you want to see Ravi first, I'd look for him at the Golden Sturgeon if I were you.
All right. See you later.
And no need to pussyfoot around with Ravi. Beat him about the ears a bit. He'll cave. Well, good luck to you, Geralt.
How'd you discover the city?
Actually, let's go.
Greetings, Haggard.
Let's go speak to Ravi, whatever his name is. That's the guy we speak to first. Why? Because he's a gamer.
Tis a dog's life.
Like how Zoltan is just conveniently waiting for me there.
They've been cranky since morning.
Here's me, the gamer. Well, this is the one where we go downstairs and we find where it's either play Gwent to save Ravi's life or just fight and Ravi dies. I'll just go Ravi dies, isn't it?
How about that? It's the flea-ridden mutant. Join us, please. Ravi loves company. Look how happy he is to see us. You happy, Ravi?
Sure, he'd be happier if you stopped digging the point of that dagger in his back.
Oh, you're just saying that because you don't know the situation. Our mutual friend Ravi was just about to play for his life, and
Oh, you got the card. What else do you want?
if you'd just given it up instead of trying to cheat us, we'd be out of your hair already. As it is, that's all your fingers broke. So, it seems the Witcher will have to pay for you. Sound good? See? Ravi's on board. What do you say we add some spice to the game? Raise the stakes. Ravi's life and the Natalis card. Fancy that?
Ravi's no use to me.
I got no use for Ravi.
This Witcher's no fun.
Good old Ravi's dead, but fuck it. Die, Earl. That's Earl, you know, the guy from the start of the quest. He must have started like a couple episodes ago. Done Natalis.
Supper.
Oh!
Got a shop.
That was fun. They sure do love it kicking off in that
White one. Take a gander over it.
tavern.
Doppler's salvation.
I let him die rather than play Gwent.
Eternal fire have mercy.
What's it?
Zoltan.
You're here.
How'd you make out with Ravi?
Got the Natalis card.
Excellent! Now we've just Caesar Bilzen to fleece, and we'll be home free. We'll do this. I'll chat him up while you sneak upstairs and search his cabinet of curiosities. Certainly keeps the camp there.
What else is in the cabinet?
So what's in this cabinet?
Ah, no man knows. You'll be the first to see it. I suspect it's either to do with buggery or metallurgy. But you can tell me once we're done. Let's go.
There's a gamer.
Shivi!
Caesar Bilzen. Remember our quarrel about who's king of the Pontar?
The Pike's king of the Pontar.
Well, see, I've come to convince you it's the catfish. And I do not come empty-handed.
Who's he?
Oh, him! Oh, that's Geralt.
Does Geralt fish?
Yes.
Yeah. Cast an earthworm the other day. Caught this huge perch.
In the Pontar?
You betcha!
In the font.
Can't listen to this hogwash sober. Come in!
So what, Fitzhanders or eager biters, if they taste like shite and soapy water?
That's 'cause you're about as good a cook as a goat's arse is a clarinet. Just recently, I took some fresh thyme.
And it tasted like thyme-flavoured shite.
Shut it. So, recently, I took this thyme.
Geralt? Care to chime in? How's Xander taste to you?
Happen to like Xander.
'Cause you're a witcher! What you shoving them potions shit's a delicacy to use.
A witcher? Never mentioned he was a witcher.
Wilson, did you hear Vibo Batilda last cast a pea and caught a young pike?
Ah, cocksuckers lying like always. Pontar Pike aren't so dim-witted to go after his rotten peas. You need live bait. Or night crawlers, though the pike aren't as eager. Don't know why. Once, dug up a crawly so fat and lovely I started drooling. Would have eaten it myself.
I'm not so sure. Geralt, what do you and your pals use up at Kaer Morhen?
Bombs.
Bombs.
How's that?
Melvin, heard many jests lately. Though, true enough, that one wasn't very funny. Geralt, go fetch us another bottle.
What do they do? Right.
Right. Can see the bottom of this one.
So, when are we gonna go noodling for catfish?
The Lord of Big Gamer.
Triangular hole in the wall. Interesting. Knife looks like it's attached to the tabletop. Drawer is open.
Pure silver in there. How we put that in there?
Fits perfectly. Secret door behind a bookcase. Classic.
By secret door, I mean obviously there's not much secret about this room. It's just got a secret entrance, whereas the room itself is not a secret existing. So
wasn't carved but produced using
I'll
magic.
say that because there's a floor here that just doesn't exist.
Shame I can't have Sarah's Laudit's necklace. Vatier de Ludo's dagger. Full armor of the 7th Dareland Brigade. Excellent condition. Joachim de Ved's skull. Pretty grim curiosity. with which Stefan Skellen was hanged. Ah, here's Fringilla.
Was the dwarves who taught Snow White?
Zoltan, time we were on our way.
I suppose so. It's grown late.
Wait now. Leaving already? Where's that bottle you went to fetch?
Greetings, Belzen. With a message for you
it's
from the boss.
Cleaver's boys.
What kind of message?
Mr. Cleaver's very unhappy.
Now, just a minute. If any discrepancies have cropped up in the books, I can explain everything.
Too late. Grab him! And you two, get lost.
Leave him alone.
Cleaver, pay extra for killing Witcher.
Well, up to it, lads. Haven't they got all day?
Really? Where did he even have that axe waiting for him? Where was that axe? It's just in his pocket.
Thanks. Oh, how will I ever explain this to Cleaver?
I'd recommend a letter.
Right. Got a pack.
Good luck then. Farewell.
Last peek.
You've a soft heart after all, Geralt. Oh, by the by, splendid job with that last one. Blood splatter nearly hit the ceiling.
Got all the cards now.
So, got the full set of cards. What now?
Now we collect a shiteload of coin for them. Let's go. The exchange. We should do it right quick.
Afraid your client might change his mind?
Oh, I'm more likely to. Had so many buyers for these cards, I felt like the belle of the ball.
So the buyer, who is he?
A friend of a friend. Don't know much about him, but he's of June silk.
Why do these guys want me dead?
Oh, I can't wait to get the king of beggars out of my beer.
Why is Horson Jr.'s henchman getting involved now? What the fuck? I'm just kicked off. We had a full-on scrappeth go on in the streets then.
Well, open with a library.
Ah, at last. I fear the body's gone cold.
What is this?
Your would-be buyer handed us his coin and departed. More or less in that order. Now, the cards, please. I trust obtaining them wasn't too troublesome.
Try it and find out.
You wish me to try? I'm not as foolish as Earl. You ought to know that by now. Get to work, boys. The dwarf I wish to have alive. I must have a chat with him.
Doing it. Geralt, bastards getting away with my coin. Damn it, with our coin. Chase the horse in. I'll tend to the others.
Okay.
Time! Take him from the back!
Let me climb this ladder, please. See this ladder? We've got to chase the Duke. Well, we've got to chase the Duke. Let's go. That means let me climb and shit. Let's climb. If you look outside.
What? Can't understand a word.
Might as well stop.
Duke, come back here, sir. What's he doing down here? Odd place to find yourself. I doubt he's particularly fond of Brown as his sweet character.
Leave me, swiving drowners.
You could use a witcher.
Ha ha, highly amusing. If I give you the coin, will you leave me be?
No.
No. Rather make sure this was our last meeting.
Oh.
So, you get him? You get the coin?
Yes.
And what about Duke? Finish him off?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's grand. Well, Geralt, what's your preference? Coin or cards? I'd never have managed without you, so you choose. If you want gold, it's not a problem. I'll find another buyer for these cards in a flash.
Rather have the coin.
It's yours. I'll still pay the King of Beggars on time. Won't that cocksucker be surprised?
Good luck, Zoltan.
Thanks, Geralt. And remember, the catfish is the king of the Pontar.
There we go. There's that quest done. Deep shut the passive flora, let's go.
Pauper with a library. Imagine that.
Vile times
One horse intention to draw on me. No. They're apparently. Oh god, these will though.
I've had enough of living. Civilization ends at this camp's bottom.
Oh!
Tomorrow I
Whoa!
intend to close my account at the
Lovely,
What a fascinating little spot. Obviously on the wrong floor.
Yes. You'd have done better to keep your coin in real estate. An empty lot fetches more.
White Wolf, welcome to the Passiflora. Oh, no sign of recognition in your eyes?
Greetings,
Don't fret. I'm sure I look quite different from when we last saw each other.
which was...
Oh, eons ago. You and Master Dandelion appeared, 2 halflings in tow. What a smash they were, the little chaps. We recount that night to this day.
Yeah, sorry, but I'm here to...
Speak softly. I know very well why you're here. They await. This way, please. This way. Upstairs.
A secret little passageway. Isn't that just clever?
Must be a maid to that barber. To heal your
Witcher
daughter
Geralt,
in a day.
Up you go. Boss has been waiting.
Numerous times.
Geralt, you're here. Good.
Might have chosen a more secluded spot to plot an assassination.
It's on everyone's mind. Many'd like to do it so there's nothing to fear. Besides, this venue's got a tradition in this domain. Might even consider it fabled. Folka planned her revolt here. By extension, King Vrydank's murder too.
Comparing yourself to Folka? Far as I can recall, no one in Redania's annals has a bloodier reputation.
Her rebellion changed the course of history. That's what we have in common. In terms of blood, we aim only to shed Radovid's. I'm pleased you're willing to play a part. Must admit, I wasn't certain you'd show.
Thought about what you said. That Triss and Yen would never be safe as long as Radovid was alive.
You better believe it. Well, I'm pleased we've arrived at an understanding. To the matter at hand. I believe you know my associate.
Roach, you here?
Retired intelligence operatives. We have a club.
Defended a king once. Ready to assassinate another now?
Not proud of it, yet. I considered all the options and found none better. Radovid's proven many times he only ever forwards his own interests. When Kedwin asked for help, he invaded. When I begged him to support Vizima's defense, he showed me the door. The war nears its end. We've come to a decisive phase. We must act quickly. I've no illusions. Only a dead Radovid means a free...
My pledge on Patreon, how much is it? £1, right? Well, I think it's $1. Yeah, so it's $1 a month, basically.
How's that work? Seems to me Radovid is Temeria's ally.
Only as long as my guerrillas do what pleases him. Support his troops. Once he wins the war, he won't acknowledge the previous borders, nor wish to restore them. He dreams of a northern empire. As long as he lives, Temeria will never be free.
But we didn't bring you here to bore you with politics. Radovid's a threat to Triss and Yennefer. Remember that. That ought to interest you most.
What do you want from me?
All right. What do you want from me?
One of our co-conspirators ventured out to meet an informer. He's not returned, yet the plan's success hinges on what he's learned. We've got to find him. And you're the best tracker around.
Tracker, huh? Really? Anything else you can tell me? Where this associate was last seen, for instance?
He's travelling as a journeyman. Itinerant cobbler, that's his cover. He was first to venture across the Pontar. Most probably did so via the Redanian checkpoint. With a man there who should know more. Calls himself Gregor.
I'll find your associate.
Fine. I'll talk to Gregor.
Thank you. And try not to draw too much attention, if you can. Remember, the future hinges on the success of this mission. The future of Temeria. The future of the North.
I know. I'll try not to fuck it up. See ya.
We're counting on you, Geralt. Anyone see you come in?
No one apart from Madame Serenity and your lackey.
Off the street, I mean.
No.
Know what she drinks in the evening before she retires. I'm not milk, butter and ash. Discretionary.
Won't find any better. From the Yaruga to the Dragon Mountains. I don't mean it.
Scribe.
Yes?
Man's got the Rona. No.
So long.
Wiggle their asses in others' faces.
She wiggles anymore.
Ah.
Like a raw wound.
So, what's it gonna be?
I like how much time I'm taking just going through all the quests in Novigrad. I just find it really quite Not. I don't know. It's just a good time.
No discounts, no credit.
It's the type of game you can take your time with. Doesn't necessarily feel natural to do so at all times, but you can still do it. I played a little bit of the Avengers beta today and I like what I played. That's cool. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I struggled to find it remotely enjoyable, to be honest. Like, the game wasn't terrible, it was just mediocre and dull. I thought, okay, well, tis what tis.
You found him? Who are you?
Geralt of Rivia. Dijkstra sent me.
Been expecting someone. Let's take a walk.
Nice job decorating your guard post.
By orders of our gracious and merciful ruler, the good king.
What was their crime?
One on the right's a peller from a village nearby. Gave some bloke the wrong advice. Bloke's mates informed on him. Neighbour held a grudge against the one on the left. Accused him of witchcraft.
Just humans at each other's throats. That's not Radovid's fault.
Who do you think set down the laws that mean folk hang for such offences?
Serve a king you despise?
Seem to have lost all respect for the king. Why serve him?
What am I to do? I was born a Redanian. I won't desert. Besides, I enlisted when Vizimir was still on the throne. Now that was a good king, wise and just. Radovid's something else. He's got war on the brain. And I don't want Redania to look anything like that.
Let's talk. Must know why I'm here.
I take it it's about our cobbler friend. Yeah, he came through here on his way out. Didn't come back though. Patrol went out yesterday. Reported an abandoned cart a ways off the road.
Fishy,
Aimed
wait,
to go
I know
out
you.
there, see if it's his. Couldn't get away.
Thanks. Good enough to start with. Farewell.
Hold on. You got a pass? Won't get back through without one.
Yeah, I got one.
Alright. Good luck.
Thanks. See ya.
Who doesn't like a bit of Geralt gaming?
Fuck.
That man just randomly said fuck and loved it. Find the shoemaker's wagon. Oh, this is the one who's... He's there talking with trolls, having a great time.
I advise you well. Steer far afield of Spitfire Bluff.
Bloody dear, these tariffs.
It's the king who sets them, not me.
But you decide who passes, not Radovid. Perhaps we might reach an understanding.
Cart doesn't look damaged. Strange. Need to look around. Might find something. Signs of a scuffle. Somebody got knocked out. Dragged off.
Die, warg. You're just a shit dog. Where's that shoe?
A shoe. Something tells me I'm on the right trail.
If it's a cobbler, yes, it's them.
Wonder where its wearer is.
You just left a trail of shoes. Naturally, how to follow a cobbler. Just follow the trail of shoes. Footprints, more like human feet everywhere. Naturally, it wants me to go towards the danger.
What's he doing here?
It's a troll. He collects the shoes.
Greetings.
Away go, witchy go. You did pick me.
I can see that. Just wondering how those shoes has wound up here.
Yes, you did grow. Like the mushroom.
No, shoes aren't mushrooms.
Shoes don't sprout from the ground. You see who left them behind here?
Fucking trolls, man.
Speak no wrong. Oh, anger gets Og and Pog.
Og and Pog. Those your friends?
Finderinger's great Og Pog. Human finder on big suited card.
Hey man, I got big shoes.
Suited big like so.
What did they do to this human?
Og Pog man's cover to take. They're over.
Do you eat him?
Nah, no. Body man's, stringy man's, blah. Oggy make man's suited make. Frog, Pog and Rog suited make.
You even need shoes?
Suited on humans it is. Suited once Og, Pog and Rog. Big lords trollers be. Like humans is.
So long. Troll cave must be nearby.
Trolls are great, they just speak funny and it's amazing. There's nothing quite as amazing as how trolls speak.
You needn't plough and kill him.
Taller? Should have known. Who better to teach trolls how to cuss?
Geralt, my, been bloody years.
This hole.
Relax, Og. This bugger's an old friend of mine.
Bugger friend on go. A wheeze in soup throw.
I'd make for an awfully veiny morsel.
Right, true that. Just look at the ploughing bastard. Naught but skin and bones. Well, General Trolls, high time I travelled on. You, practice what I taught you. Give you a fucking exam next time I come through.
Can't let no go. Tell her sit. Sit ass down. Tell her suck cock shoesies make.
I can see you've made friends, but Taller needs to come with me.
Blood nowhere Tyler go. Tyler shoeses makes.
But I need him.
Tyler's here stay. You shoeses got. Og shoeses got not. Rug got not. Pug got not. Tyler shoeses make. Tyler go.
Now let's all stay calm. Taller will be back. He just needs to come with me. We'll, get some leather for your shoes.
Listen to Geralt. He's telling the ploughing truth. Look at your feet. They're fucking mammoth. Need a damn bale of leather to make shoes for them. Understand? Me and Geralt will get some cocksucking leather. Then I'll come back and make your blasted shoes for you.
Shoeses pog for? And rug for?
2 pairs for each of you gnarl pricks.
Tyler go. But back come must.
Knew you buggers were good mates. Sit tight. Be back in a bit. Got to admit, you have a way with trolls. Never thought of having children.
Children aren't trolls, and vice versa. Besides, witches are sterile.
Ah, not changed a bit. Still tart as rotting rhubarb.
Well, that was fun. Good old trolls. Can Talo, like, you know, be a little bit faster maybe? It's quite a hefty rate. It's been a while since we saw each other.
It's been a while. Fill me in.
Nilfgaard fucking dismantled the Temerian Secret Service in one night. I barely escaped with me life. Proceeded to drown my sorrows till my liver screamed bloody murder.
What do you do now?
Grassroots work. I hang about the area, watching, listening, asking questions, and recruiting new agents.
Life treating you all right?
Bit like a potato beetle. I keep quiet, stay out of trouble, and live on fucking potatoes.
Farewell.
Yeah, I do. Most of the fucking time, thanks.
Looks like rain.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Farewell.
Yeah, I do. Most of the fucking time, thanks.
I guess I just have to wait. I have to take him back to his carriage and then he'll say something silly. I'll just go wait for him by his thing. It's a big
Thanks
shoe on the
again,
top of his
Geralt.
thing.
I'll take it from here. And I'll be sure to tell Roach and Dijkstra how you buggered Argonese mates sideways. As I see it, they'll be so impressed they'll shit themselves.
The cobbler thing, how'd that come about?
Tell me, you were a fence in Vizima. How'd you become a cobbler?
Pick the least suspicious profession. The fence thing, shite cover. Pissed too many folk off. I didn't need the attention. It's all about being an innkeep. You meet a lot of folk, you know, tossers mostly, but willing to talk about all sorts of things. Problem is, you're tied down like a mutt on a chain. One and the same yard all the time.
Whereas a cobbler travels everywhere.
Better believe it. Even cobbled together this fancy rolling stall.
Lovely.
Bloody bullseye. I've made a small fortune out of it since the war started. Those pricks in uniform are always marching. Know what happens when their cocksucking boots disintegrate? Their feet bleed, blister up. Not a soldier out there wouldn't sell his mother for a comfy pair of combat boots.
What'll you do now?
So what'll you do now?
What do you mean? Head back to Novigrad. Dijkstra, Roach and I have got a master plan to set in motion.
I'll ask again. Details.
Forgive me, mate, I plough in calm. See, were it just up to me, I'd spill it loud and proud. You're trustworthy like no one else I know. But I'm not on my own, so bloomin' unilateral decisions are out of the question. Trap stays shut, I'm afraid.
Right. Gotcha.
See ya.
So long, Taller. And good luck.
Oh, I could bloody use it. Radovid's one crafty ore with a clap. But we'll figure a way around that twat. Soon the whole bloody North will be blathering about how he got fucked.
There's an error in the subtitles. He said bloody, but in the subtitles he said fucking.
Fear not, Geralt. We know what we're doing. Farewell.
Don't you just love when the subtitles are wrong? I do. Makes my day. We're going to a fast travel station thing.
Eternal flame will burn away our sins.
Can't be in two places at once, can I? You're cool.
In a hurry. Crawl back under your rock.
No, I actually can't be bothered with that quest. I don't know why. I just don't feel it. Can I be asked? No, let's not do that. Let's get ourselves off to Skellige. It is me, the gamer. There's more concerned citizen sermons. Ah, I climbed up. Hello. It's fine, shush. I snag on Yo Grandma. Keep up the good streams, man. Cheers for the super chat. I snag on Yo Grandma. I appreciate it, man.
Who's captain of this ship?
Looking at her. Aye, her. That's right. I, a woman, am captain. Shocking as shit, I know.
Coming to Skellige?
Need to get to Skellige.
Not on this boat, you won't.
Pay you well.
The islanders live off plundering the seas. Not willing to risk that.
Ever sailed there?
Listen, the islanders attack all ships. When they hate someone, Nilfgaard for instance, they attack him more. But truth be told, not much more. Boarded me once. Expect they wanted to see if I had captain's bollocks. That spot of fun gave me enough Skellige for a lifetime.
Ooh. No, save me.
I heard some gaming was going on. Yes. It's always gaming going on.
You captain of this tub?
What's it to you?
I'm Skellige bound. Need to get there.
Start swimming. Islanders, the black ones, all attackers in those waters. No one sails the route these days.
Come on. Clans are ready to deal. Leave you alone if you do. Someone's done it. Gotta have.
Not likely. Except maybe that daft bastard Wolverston from the Atropos. A liar, a thief, and a bugger, that one. He might have parlayed with the sea swine.
I snag on your grandma again, you legend. Hello, Jay, how you doing?
The Golden Sturgeon. As for Flask, everyone knows him.
For the ship's captain of the Golden Sturgeon.
Oh. Ah. Really use a piece.
You, Wolverston, captain of the Atropos?
So you want to know if I'm Atropos, captain of the Wolverston? No fucking clue, mate.
I need to get to Skellige.
My Atropos and me, we're due to sail for our Skellige. carrying grain. But that's hush-hush. Got any coin?
Here, that enough?
Hefty sack, like a bull's. When do we sail?
Not sure you're ready. You can barely stand.
Know this, stranger. Captain Wolverston never sails sober. The sea goes one way, Wolverston the other. Makes the rocking bearable. So, ready to set sail?
Let's go.
Let's go.
First, we must drink to the wind, to good fortune, and to the strength of my Atropos. Anchors away.
I like that shot there. It's a nice screenshot. What other games are going to be streaming? Is just The Witcher for now? I like the shot of the swords as well. They're cool. Now returns. Welcome back, Simon. Oh yeah. Geralt always comes out ready for battle. Here we are.
Refeed the sails!
He got smacked by that. Right in his face. Well, it was nearly a good shot there, but...
Back off or I'll kill you.
No.
I'm not afeard of dying.
You at Clan Crate?
See, I've landed on Ord Skellige.
How you figure that?
You're wearing Clan on Crate colours. Ord Skellige's their island.
On the Atropos, were you?
Yeah, thought the captain had a deal with you.
With us? Meaning who exactly? Might have arranged something with Lugos, but crack? Nah. Clearly should have, though. Outlander ships aren't welcome in these waters. What about you? What do you seek in Skellige, eh?
Agreed to meet a sorceress here. Yennefer of Vengerberg. She's supposed to be on Ord Skellige.
There's a witch a Kertrolda. Croc's guest. Could be the one you're meeting.
Seen her? Know what the sorceress looks like?
Aye. Wears black and white. If not for her tits, you'd think she was a beached orca. Fact is, even those who see her for a wench would gladly push her out to sea, tits and all.
I'm gonna slap you.
What's your name?
Steingrim.
Well, Steingrim, I don't like you. In fact, I feel like slapping you.
Go ahead, Drifter. You try.
Yes, dickhead. Oh my god, Roach
Shut up.
just appeared out of nowhere. Magical out of nowhere Roach. We love him. Or her, as it actually is. felt the power of that.
Had enough?
Best finish me now, cause you'll be fucked once I catch my breath.
It was a good fight. That's enough for now.
Know the way to Kertrolda?
Expect I'll find it.
Head north. Then turn west towards the bay before you come to the bridge. You'll find the Jarl port site today. Your sorceress ought to be there too.
Thanks. So long.
Really? Now the monsters show up and ruin everything. Maybe stop it. I've got to get my money back from the, you know. Don't need that. Where's my guy? There he is. Where are you, Roachington? Roachington, come to me. Roach. You fucking inept bastard. Roach is just too busy vegetating. Let's go. Need to get a shot of. Yes, I need to get a shot of Skellige. Let's do this. There's a shot that gives me the atmosphere of Skellige. There we are. Something like this. There we are. That'll do it. That'll look good.
Come on, Roach.
Not worth shite if a weak arm swinging it ain't.
The fire dog. Some silver earrings from the continent, perchance? If Miretta wants something from the continent, I'll go on her own. Show me what you got from the Isles instead.
Come on.
Who doesn't love a bit of atmosphere? That's a good shot. It's always a good shot. And away. There we are, we're in town.
Oh.
This is probably a good spot to conclude for today. We've been going for 2 hours. We can conclude now, and then resume. I've already just saved, didn't I? Now it won't let me manual save. There we go. I like to manual save for the sake of it. In fact, is this a good spot for us? Yeah, this is a good spot for a screenshot as well, because you got a bit more of the atmosphere. The FOV in, add filter. This poster art. Fuck me, no. The hell? There we go. Turn the exposure down and the contrast up a little bit. And that's a snap there. And there we go. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, that concludes today's stream, I think. Thank you all for coming along. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. That would be fantastic, of course. A huge thanks to our super chatters today: Isak Marnie, James Rostrong, Colton the Cream Pie King, and I Snag on Yo Grandma, you absolute legends. As well as a massive thank you to all the patrons over on the Patreon. If you want to get your name up on this list of gamers, be sure to check it out. There's a link in the description for yourself. Obviously, it's all the names that you see up here and a newcomer to the fold, Colton the Cream Pie King, who will be added to the list pretty soon. So yeah. If you want to join that list and you want to get some extra bits and pieces here and there, then you know where to find it, of course. I shan't pester you further about that one. But yeah, with any luck, I'll catch you all very soon with another video or stream at some point. But until next time, take it easy and goodbye.